craving chocolate cake right now? Who wasn't craving chocolate cake, but now that I've brought it up is? By the end of this speech, I can guarantee that you'll be craving chocolate cake if you aren't already. Cake is delicious, but we all know the saying isn't a piece of chocolate cake a day keeps the doctor away. But how do we quench our desire for chocolate and other sweets in a healthy way? In this speech, I'm going to explain why we get cravings and how to satisfy them in a healthy way. I'm also going to teach you how to make a mug cake in under 3 minutes for when the temptation is too strong. Why we get cravings and what we are really craving. One reason can be a nutrient deficiency. This can be in sodium, glucose, or minerals like magnesium. Magnesium is the mineral found in chocolate. A magnesium deficiency is one of the reasons why you may crave chocolate cake. This is because chocolate in such case is made from cocoa, usually high in magnesium. Thus, when you are craving chocolate cake, you are probably craving the magnesium from the chocolate flavor. Johnson. The other reason could be hormones or emotions. So, when you're on your period or you're pregnant, that change in hormones can make you crave certain foods. Also, emotions like stress and anxiety can make you desire some sort of energy or happiness boost. Foods high in sugar and fat are linked with pleasure and release chemicals known as opioids into the brain stream. These bind to your receptors in our brain, which release feel-good neurotransmitters. The more we eat these types of foods, the more our brains become programmed to crave these foods. O'Hanlon. The last one can be purely environmental. This can be something as simple as just looking through Instagram and seeing an advertisement for chocolate. Or it can become a habit of yours if every day around 4 o'clock, say, you get bored and there's a slump in work, you can start to crave certain foods. Now that we know the cause for our cravings, we can better understand how to quench them in a healthy way. What to do about your cravings. First, you can eat something healthy that contains this thing that you're deficient in. So for example, chocolate has magnesium in it, but so does yogurt, and yogurt is a healthier food with less sugar. The other substitute could be other foods that make you fuller longer, because you might just be hungry. These could be things high in protein and high in whole grains. Chocolate is a type of carbohydrate that can help your body feel fuller faster. However, such a fulfillment fades faster since it is a fast carbohydrate. Johnson. The last thing to do is if you know at 4 o'clock every day when you're in that slump you crave something, you might want to deny yourself every once in a while just to break the habit. However, moderation is key, and it can be okay and even beneficial to give into your cravings now and again. But who has time to make a whole cake? And who wants the temptation of having a whole cake around? Here's the solution, a single serving mug cake. I'm going to teach you how to make the best chocolate mug cake I've tried. And trust me, I've tried a lot of recipes. First, we're going to start with whisking all the dry ingredients together. That would be 1/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1/4 teaspoon and 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda and salt. Now we're going to mix that all together so it's nice and smooth. Once you have it mixed and it looks like there's no pockets of flour or anything, then we can add in our 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of milk. This can be any milk that you like. And then 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Give that a good stir so there's no clumps. You want to make sure you get all the clumps out, or otherwise when you cook it, you'll just get a bite of flour or a bite of cocoa powder, and that's not always the best. Next, you're going to add in a small handful of chocolate chips. This can be as few as 10 or as many as 20, however much chocolate you just like. Then once it's all mixed well, you're going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. I've modified the recipe a little bit for a different cook time. I'm pretty sure the recipe says to cook it for 50 seconds on high, but I like my cake to have a couple chocolate chips on top as well as have almost a lava-y, gooey flavor. So what I do is I cook it for 30 seconds and then I add a couple more chocolate chips and then I cook it for another 10 to 20 seconds depending on how cooked you like it. If you like kind of the lava cake feel, then you cook it for less time. And you'll have like a 90% cooked, 10% uncooked. And if you like a more traditional cake texture, then you'll want to cook it for the full 20 seconds after. So I'm going to do an in-between and do 15 seconds. None of the ingredients in this cake are harmful if you eat them raw, so you can decide how cooked you like your cake. This cake is delicious, and I would definitely recommend it the next time you are craving something chocolate. Craving chocolate is a normal thing and has multiple explanations of why you might crave it, but giving into it too often can be unhealthy. We've discussed various alternatives to giving into these cravings, whether that's giving in or finding an alternative of something to eat. We can break this cycle by replacing high sugar, high saturated fat foods with healthier alternatives that still give us the feel-good buzz without the unnecessary calories. So we've learned that you can either substitute your craving for a different food or just have a piece of chocolate cake. That's all.